Coming up on today's episode, good evening, YouTube. Here with you on a Thursday evening. It is 7:42 now, as you can see there on the clock in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. Here with this evening to go over some problems that I'm having and see if anybody can help me with this. I don't know if there's any accountants out there, but I've been playing around with GnuCash and trying to set up our business using it, and so far I've been fairly successful in creating the accounts and things like that, but I'm having some problems making it come out balanced. So let me show you what I got here. So as you can see, the title up there is BD Electronic Kits, and there's our main accounts, I guess you would call them: assets, equity, expenses, imbalance. Now there's one I don't understand, and income and liabilities. Now really, for our purposes, we have no liabilities and we have really no equity that I'm aware of. We do have assets. Now I only have, as far as I know, assets are what you have in money on hand, things like cash on hand, whatever you want to call it. But we have a $50 account in Ally Bank, and that was established from funds within this company. So in other words, we've taken some of the profits that we had from sales and opened up a bank account, $50 in it, joint account with me and Bob. Now, if you look at the assets, we can see very clearly current assets, $50. Now I understand that. Now under that is accounts receivable, and there's zero. Now on where is the rest of this money coming from? $268. That's $218 more than what is listed there. Now that don't make sense, because it's not under any of these unless it says current assets, unless it's okay, Ally Bank, let's see. Okay, there you go. It's still, there's no savings, no petty cash, no cash in wallet, just the Ally Bank checking, $50. That's where the current assets come from. And like I said, I don't know where the 268 comes from. That doesn't make any sense to me. Okay, that's the first question. Where's that? How's that work? Equity, again, you can see is zero. We don't have to worry about that. Expenses. Obviously, expenses are what you pay out for, in our example, for parts for the kits to send off and things like that, for the boards that we need to send with the kits, for postage, for like we have shipping supplies, like we had envelopes and baggies for the parts. We bought those. Basically expenses, that's what all that is. Now again, this imbalance, US dollars, I don't know what that means. It says $160. Now that's close to the amount there, but I don't know that it's not right. Income, $529.75. That's what we did in sales so far. If you look at this, it's got all the what do you call it, listed here, but it's really kit sales is the only thing we've got. You can see there. That's the only thing we've got listed. And under that we've got we're getting ready to sell the Simple AM Plus. Hopefully, so I went ahead and established an account for it. But BDST1, if you can look at that, there's our sales, people we have sold to, and like I said, it adds up again to. Now I do have one change to make here. This Maurice Darmerly is going to have to be put into a single transaction here, and just I'll put a notation that it's including this part and this part, so that basically we can, it's messing up my count here. I've got 19 sales according to that, but we really only have 18. So that's that. And like I said, I don't really I don't know what else to do about it. I'll just put it in one, because these are fees, or not fees, sales, and they really don't need to be two different ones for this. There is two under the fees. I'll show you that in here in a second. But anyway, that's our sales. Okay, so you can see there's no other income, reimbursed expenses, nothing like that. I do think I may change that around. I'm not really sure. There's a lot of parts that Bob has bought on Amazon for our business, and then basically I send him the money, or he actually can do it himself, but he prefers that I do it, and I say, okay, it's no problem. From our PayPal account and to him personally, and that would be reimbursed expenses, I'm sure. No salaries, obviously. We're not making money on this. So there you see, that's what that all comes down to. Interest income, nothing there. Again, like I say, there's nothing under income but our sales, and that's what that totals. So our liabilities, again, nothing. We don't have any liabilities. So again, it's basically income, expenses, and what we've got in the bank. That's all I've got. And now, that one thing that's not shown here, and I don't know if it should be shown, and I really don't know how to even go about doing it, is our PayPal balance, which is $61 and something. Let me see. I've got it on my phone here without having to look it up on PayPal. $61.36 is what we have in PayPal on the balance right now. And Bob and I have went over this whole thing a couple of times now, and I can't figure out how we have messed up, but we have messed up. According to my estimation, now you see your net assets down here. Now this is what we should have as far as our assets. Now if you take away, it's 108. I don't see if you can see that, $108.58. If you take away our $50, which is an asset right there, $50. Well, it's not there, but that's there. So that would leave us basically $58.58, and that, for my way of thinking, that should add up to what's in the PayPal account. It's obviously $61.36, so I think there was a difference of $2.78. Now I know that's not bad. That's coming out pretty close, but still, it should come out perfect. I mean, there's no reason it shouldn't. And stuff like this just bugs the crap out of me, especially when I don't understand. I'm going to have to read about the imbalance thing. I know it's my way of thinking. That means that there's $160 that's unaccounted for as far as being double entry. With double entry bookkeeping like this is, you have to have for every income, you have to have an expense and things like that, or whatever. Or it has to be in an account, or whatever. It just has to be accounted for. And that's just basically $160 minus $160. I just now noticed that's a minus $160 that's not accounted for. You can see it's in red. So I don't know exactly how to fix this. At one time I did have the PayPal balance in there, but I removed that, and I don't know if that had something to do with it, but that really wasn't that much. So, see what Bob's got to say. Anyway, like I said, that's where we're at on this. And like I said, Bob said take a break, and so I guess I am taking a break and asking you guys. But I might have to do some more reading on. I excelled in bookkeeping in high school. Of course, it wasn't but one class, I think, on it. Maybe I did two. I can't remember. But I did straight A's in that thing. I was pretty good with figures. But this one, that was back in the old days when you did it all on paper. And, when I had my other business in the 80s, I used that Dome accounting booklet, weekly accounting or monthly or whatever it was. And that thing's really easy to use as well. So this is a little bit more than I'm used to. But I thought I had everything set up. And maybe I'm missing an account that I need to set up, but I did all the expenses and I did all the income. I don't know what else there could be. And again, the assets that are just sitting there are accounted for right there. And I even accounted for the amount that we paid to open that account. And that's under, let's see, expenses, I believe, adjustment. Yeah, that's what it was. $50 right there. You can see that's and I put that under our amount sent to Ally Bank to open an account for the business. So that's accounting for it. I don't know how else to do it. So like I said, maybe that's wrong. I don't know, but that would even be worse off than we are. Like I said, we're within $2.78 now of coming out right as far as the net assets are concerned down here. I don't know, and that would be our profits, because that would be what we have left over after all the bills are paid and things like that. So we're actually doing better, I guess, because we have $61. We should only have $58.58 in the PayPal account, but apparently we got tipped or something. I have went over this with a fine-tooth comb, though, and I cannot figure it out. So if anybody, like I said, there's just when there's something I don't understand, like this 160.02 imbalance, that's part of it, and I don't understand why there's $268.60 in the assets. That makes no sense. So again, like I said, if you know anything about why either one of them are like they are, and in the meantime, I will do some reading also. But let me know if you can in the comments. And so we're going to try to get this. I want to get this first thing all matching and everything. And then once I get it done, when we have a sale, I can instantly put it in here, because I'm not like busy doing anything else. But I need to do it, one at a time. And that way I know what's going on. So like I say, there's what it is, and if you know something I don't know and that I have forgotten, my gosh, how long ago was it when I was in high school? Probably 40, 46, 50 years. 50 years? Yeah, 50-something years ago I was in high school. Jeez, oh Pete, I'm old, people. So anyway, Bob and I did some Zoom sessions this morning. Well, actually one session. Well, no, there's two sessions, but I only recorded one, and it wasn't very good, so I'm not going to use it. But like I said, we were playing around with the Simple AM Plus. I told you I had mine together, and in the last video, and so we're going to go ahead and try it out. And I got it working, but it didn't work right. The first problem was that we found out there was one of the inductors was open, and these were previously used on another build of mine, as far as Simple AM Plus, is one I did on Perkboard. And so I thought, well, okay, so I got that. Me and Bob got offline, and then I got that replaced. Once I did that, we had a carrier. I think at 1.152, I think, is the frequency that we were at. And it had a good steady frequency. I mean, we checked it several times, but we could not get the audio through it. And I was using my phone like I always do, and we basically we could hear. Like I said, you could hold the radio up near the antenna, and it would squeal and do all kinds of stuff that you knew it was putting out a frequency, or a carrier frequency. But there was one time I think we had some radio or some music come through, and I just barely could hear it, and I think Bob even heard it over Zoom one time. But after that, we just, like I said, it wasn't right. And I'll show you a picture of. I'll flash that up in the post when I do this. But I'll show you the thing I printed up on the printer to hold my my wire. I don't like the idea of stringing up a 9-foot or 10-foot wire up towards the ceiling and then trying to make it go somewhere else, and because there's only so many feet in the house here. It's only 8-foot ceilings. But like I said, I thought, what about putting it in a loop and using it that way? So I had, I think, 13 foot of wire, the small wire, that I thought, well, I'm going to try to do that. And I did put it in a loop. As you can see by the picture I hope I posted by now. it came out looking pretty nice, and I thought it would work pretty good, but apparently that's not the way to go on this thing. So Bob said there was some inductance involved in it, which there is, but I thought it might work short term, or short up close or something, and it really didn't even work that good then. So, like I said, Bob says his works perfect. I said, well, Bob, this is the problem. And, every time he sends me something, it doesn't work the same as when he has it. Also, I was playing with the printer, and Bob had sent a probe prototype that he had printed on his printer. I think he's been playing with Tinkercad more, and he decided to come up with something, and it was basically the same one that he made for our signal injector prototype, and he sent that to me. And it looks the same, and it basically can double for either one, for the injector or the BDST probe. And so I did print one up myself. I don't know if I took a picture of it. If I didn't, I will, and I'll post it in post again, and so you can see it too. But probably not much more on this video, because like I said, I just been so busy doing everything else, and I mailed all 3 more BDST kits in the mail on Wednesday, yesterday, and I went out to my daughter's for supper. They had beef and noodles, which is really good, and then for dessert she fixed one of the cheesecakes that she's planning on doing on her dining detective things that she's planning and trying to open up a business with. And it was a good apple caramel cheesecake. Oh, it was good. It was way too rich, but but like I said, it was excellent. And then we played a game of cards, so it was a good evening, and so I went out there for that. But like I said, I went to the mailbox, dropped those 3 kits off, and Bob said we have, I think, 25% of our sales are going to the UK. So, and we also got sent one off to Canada, and I think Bob sent me a tracking on it. It is in Canada now, I think. I don't know where at, but from what I saw, it did make it at least to Canada, and that's further than the last one we tried. So, happy about that. So again, everything seems to be going well with that, and I'd like to get this Simple AM Plus going, and that way we can get that launched. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but obviously I'm doing something wrong. Obviously the one inductor I installed wasn't any good. I guess I should have checked at least the continuity on it, because it was wide open. But again, that's been changed, and it does have a carrier now. It just doesn't have good audio coming out. So work on that a little bit. Bob said to try a regular just straight antenna, which I will do. But after he signed off on Zoom, I decided to come in here and play with GnuCash and see if I could get that set up, because I had some extra time, and that's about the best time to do it, when you got extra time. So like I said, the accounts, I had to restart them a couple, 3 times before I got them like way I wanted them, and I figured the way it is with the kit sales and each one having their own separate accounting thing, I think that will be the way to go. But so anywho, like I said, that's about it. You can see there's 8 o'clock now, so I think we've talked long enough. Weather here has been miserable yesterday. It was raining about all day, and I think Bob said it was raining there today. So whatever we get, he usually gets, and sometimes it's even worse. But like I said, today it was fairly sunny in the morning when we got up, and then it's been, I'd say, mostly cloudy the rest of the day, and the temperature hasn't really gotten up that high. I think up in the 50s, and it was up around 60 something yesterday, I think, even with the rain. But so like I said, I stay here under my blanket, and I like that. And so I'll get back into the shop though eventually and try to work a little bit more on that Simple AM Plus. I'd like to get that working as good as Bob's works. Now Bob's works very well in his apartment, and I think he can go about anywhere in his apartment and hear it just fine. And the last one I did, that's when I had the old shop back in the other room. I could actually hear it in here, so I know it's something really there's not been that much changed on it since then, because I've got the old one that I used to do that with, and like I said, it's basically the same thing. There was a couple minor changes. The pot for the to adjust the modulation was changed from 2K to 500 ohms, and that's about really the only thing I could think of. Other than Bob added the meter circuit so you could adjust the antenna, and I did that too while he was on in Zoom, and I got it up to almost 6 volts at the antenna. So I thought that was pretty good, and it's like I say, I don't know if it's. Bob seems to think it will change quite a bit when I put the straight antenna on there and get away from that loop, but I will try that and see, because I like to get, like I say, I like to get this thing working and see if we can get this off the ground and have a couple kits going on out there. I know there's some interest in the AM transmitters, so like I said, we may get a few of those as well. So I've been trying to update the website as best as I can. Also, I want to thank you guys that bought a kit that are on my channel as far as subscribers and things. Appreciate that, the support on that. That was nice of you. But like I say, I want to get this thing going, and I've discussed this with Bob, and not at length yet, but we need to have a better situation here on what we're making here. Now, as you can see, we have basically $111 of profit after 540, 529, something like that. It was quite a bit. It was well above $500 in sales. So that's not much. Not even a quarter. So like I said, we need to get a little bit better situation on that. I understand this first one's a learning experience, and that's what we're doing. We're learning pretty good lessons. But like I said, I just think that again, it's not bad. I mean, it's not the end of the world. I mean, as far as stuff like that, and like Bob said, we have bought other things with this money as well. It's not just money going for the BDST kits. It's money for upcoming kits, parts. Like the other day, he was telling me about something on Amazon that would be good for an upcoming kit, and I said, well, go ahead and buy them because they were at a good price. And with Amazon, he gets free shipping, and like I said, it's just the way to go. So, like I said, that's pretty much the way that works. And but we'll do better, I'm sure, in the future. And we don't want to price ourselves out of the market either. But like I said, I know prices going up like a skyrocket everywhere else and stuff like that. So you kind of have to keep that. And I know China prices on parts and things like that have went up a lot. And the shipping especially is way up higher than it used to be. And I know that's because the post office is not subsidizing them anymore. But so, like I said, we'll figure out a better way of doing it. But I just want to get this accounting thing done, because there is going to come a time when we're going to have to account for this business as far as taxes are concerned and things like that. So, all right, I've talked long enough, and I've said that once already too. But I keep thinking this is Sunday night for some reason. I don't know why, but it is Thursday. So, like I said, you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see ya.